Hello, many thanks for joining Aso Briefing today. I am Princess Sabra Usman. Our top stories. President Bola Tinubu approves landmark offshore investment framework to unlock up to $50 billion in new investments. Kuje flags off anti-rabies awareness free vaccination campaign. And on business, CBN opens application for second cohort of regulatory sandbox program while targeting virtual assets, data-driven finance. You are watching Aso Briefing. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, Free TV channel 507, UHF band on channel 38. We now go ahead with details of all our stories. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed the Deep Offshore Oil and Gas Projects Incentive Tax Remission Order 2026, aimed at attracting up to $50 billion in investment into Nigeria's deep offshore sector. The president, in a statement announcing the new policy, said the policy will provide investors with predictable terms, unlock star projects, boost oil and gas production, create jobs, and strengthen Nigeria's participation in the industry. He said the investment drive will begin with approximately $10 billion Bonga Southwest project, and under the order, existing deep offshore leases have until 31st December 2029 to reach final investment decision and qualify for the full standard incentive. The president said projects benefiting from supplementary incentives must carry out activities in Nigeria subject to defined exceptions and Nigerian content requirements. He added that the policy is also designed to create opportunities for Nigerian engineers, fabrication yards, marine and technical service companies, and young people. The president noted that the ultimate goal is to make Nigeria Africa's regional hub for deep offshore project execution, while increasing production, jobs, local capacity, and revenues to the federation. He described the order as the 10th major oil and gas policy directive of his administration, aimed at making the sector more competitive and attracting long-term investment, saying Nigeria's natural resources must deliver greater value for Nigerians. The chairman of Kuje Area Council, Mr. Danjuma Samuel Shekwalo, has inspected an ongoing road project aimed at improving transportation and connectivity within the area council. Speaking to journalists during the inspection in Abuja, Shekwalo stated that the inspection is part of his administration's effort to identify critical infrastructure needs that will directly impact residents. The chairman, accompanied by council officials and relevant stakeholders, assessed the condition of the road and examined areas requiring urgent intervention.
We've seen it some in the dailies that we've embarked in evacuation of a dump site, illegal dump site, and of course we're making alternative to provide places where designated area where people can of course dump their refuse, and then we collect them, then take them to the proper dump site. So it's part of our ongoing reforms that we want to do in the area council. Like what we have from the presidency down to the state, the FCT minister, you can see the road project, the infrastructure is providing within the FCT, likewise down to the rural areas. That is what we're doing, and we're giving hope to our people. And we believe that with this, our people will also support this administration from Kuje Area Council, FCT administration, and also the presidency.
He said the council will continue to prioritize infrastructure projects based on needs of communities while ensuring proper monitoring of ongoing and proposed projects. The Executive Secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, Aisha Garba, has urged states to urgently assess over 65 billion naira in counterpart funds and utilize approximately 267 billion naira in previously released intervention funds to improve basic education across the country. She said the education resources must translate into tangible improvements in schools and measurable learning outcomes for Nigerian children. Speaking in Asaba Delta State at the 30th quarterly meeting of UBEC management with Executive Chairman of the Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEBS, Garba disclosed that states had assessed over 177 billion naira in UBE matching grants, while more than 65 billion naira remained unassessed. She stressed the need for states to strengthen planning, implementation, and monitoring to ensure that available funds deliver meaningful results. She also announced the review of UBEC's 10-year strategic roadmap, which will now cover 2026-2035, alongside new initiatives including the Basic Education Action Plan Management System, Whole School Approach, and Hope Edu Operation. She said the initiatives were designed to improve coordination, digitize planning, strengthen school infrastructure, and build the systems and capacity required for sustainable improvements in basic education. The governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborowere, represented by the Deputy Governor Monday Onyema, described education as the most strategic investment any nation can make, stressing its value is ultimately measured by quality of learning, opportunities created, and the future secured for children. He said the Delta State government had prioritized education under its MORE agenda, supported the Universal Basic Education Program, and consistently fulfilled its counterpart funding obligations. He expressed appreciation to UBEC for approving 2 additional model smart schools for Delta State, noting that the state had already provided the required land. He highlighted ongoing investments in classrooms, fencing, toilets, solar power, furniture, staff quarters, smart schools, and technical vocational education, saying the interventions were aimed at creating safer learning environments and equipping young people with the skills required for technology-driven future. The Kuje Area Council Administration has flagged off an anti-rabies awareness and free vaccination campaign aimed at preventing the spread of rabies and protecting the lives of residents, animals, and communities across the Area Council. The flag-off ceremony held at the Council Secretariat demonstrates the administration's continued commitment to public health, responsible animal ownership, and prevention and control of diseases that can be transmitted between animals and humans. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar tells us more.
Rabies awareness and free vaccination campaign, the chairman of Kuje Area Council, Mr. Danjuma Samuel Shekwelo, urged dog owners across the various wards of the Area Council to take full advantage of the vaccination exercise and ensure that their dogs and cats are vaccinated. The chairman noted that prevention remains safer, more effective, and more economical than dealing with the consequences of disease outbreaks.
I therefore urge all our dog owners across the ward of Kuje Area Council to take advantage of this free vaccination exercise and ensure that their dogs are well vaccinated and also certified.
The Kuje chairman stressed that there is no reason for people to own pets they know they cannot properly take care of. Mr. Danjuma Samuel Shekolo called on traditional rulers and religious bodies to support the campaign by helping to disseminate accurate information and ensuring that the message reaches every household across Kuje Area Council.
You should have a dog that you can control, not a dog when a visitor is coming to your house and start barking, then you cannot control it to say sit and it will sit. You have a dog or a cat that will be roaming around when you have visitors and you cannot control it, then it is better you don't have it.
The chairperson of the National Veterinary Medical Association, FCT chapter, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Dr. Chinemeka Ijo Erobo, in her speech, called on stakeholders to partner with the association to rid Abuja and Nigeria of rabies. Dr. Sunday Agbana said the exercise will last for 5 days and will cover as many dogs and cats as possible.
Whatever it will take to, to stop the menace of rabies, I am in.
They are giving us mandate to go 5 days, that is a week, free
free and free anti-rabies campaign. And whoever takes this vaccine and around this time from the Department of Agric and Veterinary Services, you make sure you take it free of charge. If any staff ask you for money, please report to me and I will make the reports to the appropriate quarters.
The Kuje chairman commended the Department of Agriculture, Veterinary and Livestock Services, veterinary professionals and other stakeholders for their commitment and effort towards making the campaign a reality. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
Talking politics, the All Progressive Congress APC governorship candidate in Osun State, Bola Oyebamiji, has challenged the narrative being promoted by Ademola Adeleke administration regarding the financial position it inherited from the immediate past administration of Governor Boyega Oyetola. Speaking at a town hall meeting held in Osun State, Oyebamiji fielded questions from journalists on his plans for the state and addressed several issues that have featured prominently in the campaign, particularly claims made by the incumbent administration about the state's finances and inherited liabilities. Oyebamiji maintained that the immediate past administration led by Governor Boyega Oyetola left about 15 billion naira for the incoming administration, contrary to what he described as misleading claims being circulated by the Adeleke government. He urged the people of Osun State not to be swayed by what he described as political narratives designed to create the impression that the current administration inherited an empty treasury. According to APC candidate, the resources available to the present administration are significantly greater than what previous administrations had access to, particularly as a result of increased federal allocations following major economic reforms introduced by the administration of President Bola Tinubu. He argued that despite the increased financial resources available to the state, little on the ground justifies the level of funding that has accrued to the government. And meanwhile, Osun State Police invite Father Hunsi over alleged threat to kill ACAD members. The development followed an outrage on social media over his purported comments instructing all Progressive Congress supporters to allegedly kill members of the rival ACAD party if seen during the electoral process in some parts of the state. The Osun State Police Command has described as a source of serious concern the viral video of Senator representing Osun East Senatorial District Francis Fadahunsi allegedly calling on supporters to kill opposition members in Ilesha, a town in the state before the governorship election slated for Saturday. The development followed the outrage on social media over his purported comments instructing all APC supporters to allegedly kill members of the rival party if seen during the electoral process in some parts of the state. While appearing on Channels Television Morning Brief, the Osun State Police Public Relations Officer PPRO DSP Abiodun noted that the police will not support violent public incitement. The PPRO said he is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the police is not talking about immunity as people not up to his status has been invited. Ojelabi said letter has been sent to him and when he comes, whatever he says will be made to the general public. And when Aso Briefing returns, police confirms death of 10 officers in KB attack plus business and more. Do join us after the break. Glad to have you there. Moving on, the Nigerian Police Force has confirmed the death of 10 police officers during an encounter with a heavily armed group of suspected bandits along the Rafin-Makoko axis of Sakaba local government area of Kebbi State. According to a statement issued by Force spokesperson CSP Anyete Iniedu, the incident occurred at about 9:25 a.m. on Monday, August 10, 2026, when operatives intercepted the suspected bandits who were moving between Zamfara and Kebbi States. Iniedu said during the ensuing gun battle, 17 suspected bandits were neutralized, while 4 motorcycles belonging to attackers were destroyed. The statement said the encounter also claimed the lives of 2 civilians, while 2 police officers sustained injuries and are currently receiving medical treatment. It added that the remains of the 10 fallen officers have since been conveyed to Burning Kebbi, while the area has been brought under control by security operatives. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, expressed deep grief over the loss of the officers and commiserated with their families and loved ones. He described their death as painful loss to the Nigerian police force, the nation, noting that they pay the ultimate price in line of duty while protecting the people. The force said additional personnel have been deployed to the area to reinforce security operations and ensure fleeing members of the criminal group. It added that efforts are ongoing to ensure the suspects responsible for the attack are brought to justice. The Nigerian police force also assured the families of the deceased officers and the injured personnel of the continued support. The force said it will honor the memory and sacrifices of the fallen officers by sustaining operations against banditry and other criminal activities in the affected area. The Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, CRISED, and other stakeholders have called for sustained protection of cultural identity, heritage, and rights of the original inhabitants of the FCT. Executive Director CRISED Dr. Ibrahim Zikarullah made the call at the FCT Original Inhabitants Grand Cultural Rally in Abuja. Oluchi Jacinta Okore reports.
Indigenous voices and strengthening civic participation.
This is why today's celebration matters. It matters for justice, it matters for inclusion, it matters for cultural continuity.
Dr. Zikirullahi said there is need to be committed to amplifying the indigenous voices and strengthening civic participation.
This is why today's celebration matters. It matters for justice, it matters for inclusion, it matters for cultural continuity, and it matters for the dignity of communities whose stories are too often overshadowed by the rapid pace of overexpansion.
The Vice-Chancellor, University of Abuja, Professor Akim Fawemi, represented by the Director, Academic Planning Unit, said the International Day of the World's Indigenous People is an opportunity to honor indigenous cultures and promote human rights.
The issue is to raise awareness, is to protect the rights of indigenous people. It's also to celebrate the contribution of the indigenous people. It is initiated to honor indigenous cultures, protect their human rights, and recognize their vital role in environmental protection and preserve global diversity.
The Agabe of Gwargwada, His Royal Highness Hussein Agabe, commended the MacArthur Foundation for supporting the indigenous communities and urged stakeholders to give greater attention to the annual celebration. The day, observed annually on August 9, to raise awareness of the rights, cultures, and contributions of indigenous people worldwide, with the UN theme for the 2026 tagged Honoring Indigenous Midwives, Safeguarding Life and Wealth. Oluchi Jacinta Okore, Aso Television News.
The attention of the Management National Youth Service Corps has been drawn to a viral publication titled NANS Moves to Collect 200 Naira Levy from Nigerian Students, Links Due to NYC Mobilization. The scheme wishes to state unequivocally that it has not at any time discussed, agreed to, or entered into any memorandum of understanding with the National Association of Nigerian Students (NANS) regarding the collection of any levy from students in connection with mobilization for national service. This scheme operates under the authority of the federal government and implements only policies, guidelines, and procedures duly approved by the appropriate government authorities. The scheme says the mobilization process is straightforward and is conducted through established official channels. It involves collaboration between management of NYSC and heads of core producing institutions, CPIs, who are responsible for providing the required information on their graduates for the purpose of mobilization. The mobilization process, according to the scheme, is neither linked to nor contingent upon the activities of any student association or organization, and consequently, members of the public, particularly prospective core members and students, are advised to disregard any information suggesting the payment of a levy to NANS or any other association is a requirement for NYC mobilization. And on business, as part of plans to promoting responsible innovation in virtual assets and data-driven financial services, CBN has opened applications for the second cohort of its regulatory sandbox program, while introducing a new dual-track structure. A statement signed by the Acting Director of Corporate Communication and Investor Relations Department to the CBN, Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, affirmed that the application window opens on August 12, 2026 and closes August 31, 2026. CBN disclosed that the second cohort will operate under two dedicated tracks of the Virtual Asset Service Provider VASP and the Data-Enabled Financial Service track. Commenting on the program, the CBN Director of Payment System Policy Department, Musa Jimo, highlights that the financial innovation aims to transform the way individuals and businesses access and use financial services. He points that the CBN regulatory sandbox powered by technology in partnership with MTech provides a structured and collaborative platform for innovators and regulators to test promising solutions responsibly while maintaining safeguards for consumers and the financial system. The CBN further urged eligible organizations with innovations within the program scope to apply, reiterating that applications will be evaluated based on the level of innovation, readiness for controlled live testing, and potential consumer. Former Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo has performed the ceremonial kickoff to officially declare the 2026 Chairman's Cup of Kwali Area Council open, marking a historic moment for grassroots football development in the Area Council. The opening ceremony was hosted by the Chairman of Kwali Area Council, Nuhu Daniel Kwali, alongside Chairman of the 6 Area Councils of the Federal Capital Territory. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar reports.
Speaking at the event, Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali highlighted the significant progress recorded in sport development within the few months since his administration assumed office. He noted that his administration had demonstrated its commitment to strengthen grassroots football through strategic support, adequate funding, and investment in young talents.
I want to thank the Honorable Minister of FCT, a father, a mentor, a political gladiator of our present generation in Nigeria. A man that we are proud of, that have changed the narrative of FCT in terms of social infrastructures.
The chairman further disclosed that his administration successfully sponsored Emmanuel Kayode Awolola to Armenia, describing the initiative as part of his administration's broader effort to create opportunities for younger footballers and strengthen the foundation of grassroots football in Kwali Area Council. Mr. Daniel Kwali also expressed appreciation to former Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo for accepting his invitation to visit Kwali Area Council.
We have invited you here to add your strength to us in Kwali because we have raw talent. And we believe today you will see it with your own eye that there are your younger ones who can play but can excel with your support. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
The immediate past chairman of Kwali Area Council and APC candidate for the Abuja South House of Representatives in the 2027 general elections, Mr. Dalladi Chia, chairman of Abaji Area Council Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, and former Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo also spoke at the occasion.
Our captain, we said we are going to give you lockers, and we are going to see lockers today. Pick the lockers and fly them out of this country. That is our prayer for you.
In less than 100 days in office, you could see the dividend of democracy that the young man is bringing to Kwale Area Council.
This is just the beginning of the competition, and I'm here to look at the talents that we have here. So long as you're a Nigerian and you're from here and you can play football, believe that if you do your work, we will see you and the sky is your limit. Thank you.
The Kwali 2026 Chairman's Cup is expected to provide a platform for young football talents across Kwali Area Council to showcase their abilities and compete at a higher level. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
And on that note, we've come to the end of Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Good afternoon.